Hey everybody, it's Dave Juno. Welcome to the Meniere's Experience. How y'all doing? I'm doing pretty good. But yesterday I made a video about injections in the ear, and I didn't really go into the explanation of dexamethasone steroid shot or gentamicin, what it actually does. I've made videos about it, but some people are new and probably haven't gotten that far in my channel, so yeah, we could call it a part two, but it is what it is. Um, I'm going to say this now because I know somebody's going to say something. There is no cure for Meniere's disease. These really aren't cures, and we're all different. It may not work for you, but it does. They do help people with Meniere's disease. So let's go down that road. So dexamethasone, okay, it's in a cortisone family. Some people call it a cortisone shot. Really, it's dexamethasone, and just like any steroid in that family, like prednisone, it reduces the inflammation in the inner ear. Okay, now I'll tell you, not all of it probably goes in because some of it goes down the eustachian tube. Taste is awful, but it goes down there, some of it. But a lot of it doesn't, and it gets absorbed. And what it does is it reduces the inflammation in the cochlear, around the cochlear, the nerves and everything, so we don't get that fluid buildup that causes vertigo or dizziness. So that's kind of what it is. It does help a lot of people. It helped me in this ear, but it's not a permanent fix. It gives you relief 3 months, maybe 6, and you kind of have to keep getting more shots. And a good thing about it is it doesn't affect the rest of your body like a prednisone would. So it's just the inner ear. So it does help, but in my case, I was like, I don't want to keep coming back to get shots because it does hurt eventually. It's not super painful, but it hurts. So I had gotten a sac decompression surgery where they go in, they shave the sac down. Now the fluid just comes out even if I build up. And I know, before someone says anything, no, I still don't go eat whatever I want. That's not why I had surgery. I don't sit there with salt going, because, that's not why I had the surgery. Even too much fluid build up from there, it's not going to all rush down, and it's going to end up causing vertigo. So that's kind of what that is. And it can control it, and it helps. Okay? Now, gentamicin. Okay, gentamicin is an antibiotic, really. I think they give it for people with sepsis and stuff, like intravenously. But to the ear, to the inner ear, it's toxic. And it's autotoxic, which means he doesn't like the inner ear too much. So what happens is it kind of kills off the balanced cells in those little hair follicles that are in the ear and the nerve type of thing. It kind of kills it off, so your brain isn't getting signals that you're having vertigo when the cochlea fills up. You really have to have vestibular therapy afterwards because it does disintegrate that nerve, and it also you do lose hearing. You do lose hearing. Now somebody commented on the video I made last night and said gentamicin improved their hearing. I don't know how that did that, but they might have gotten confused with gentamicin and dexamethasone. But it does kill the nerve, and you do lose some hearing. And they kind of really, most doctors that I've talked to, if you have less than 10% hearing, they'll do the gentamicin because the hearing's already gone. So it's kind of like, it doesn't make, sense if somebody's got 80% hearing to give them gentamicin, then they're going to lose it. So when I was getting those shots in this ear, my left ear, I was actually at 5% hearing. So I was like, what the hell, I'm deaf anyways, I don't care. So it didn't affect me that way. But that's what it does, and it's not a long procedure, and it's just like the injection. It hurts a little bit. It does, some of it absorbs, some of it doesn't. Some people have one shot, and the vertigo never comes back. Some people have multiple shots and the vertigo doesn't come back, 2 or 3. I had 5, and it did nothing for me on this side. Okay? So like I said at the beginning of the video, everybody's different. Yeah, we're all different. So, what are the risks of the, I've already said it, what the risks were, but I'll say it again. Hearing loss, because the drug is also toxic to the cochlea, there is a risk of hearing reduction in a treated ear, though many protocols aim to preserve the hearing. That's from the National Institute of Health. Imbalance, it destroys the balance function in the treated ear, causes temporary unsteadiness as your brain learns to rely on the other ear and vision for balance. Like most of my balance comes from my eyes. So, because a lot of people think it's only your ears. No, your balance, the whole vestibular system includes your eyes. So, until your brain reorganizes, that's what it does. Same thing with this cochlear implant. Okay? Right now, I'm starting to hear like conversations from my wife, like word for word, which is great. But it's taken almost 10 months. So, yeah, my brain's learning, hey, there's sound coming on the side. Well, it's going to do the same thing. Hey, wait, there's no balance function over here. We've got to rely on other things. We got to, the nerve's going to start going, okay, we got to look on eyes and the other ear. And that's kind of why, like, I have night lights all over the house. Because at night I can't balance. I literally fall. So, I've got these, they're like this big. They got 2 outlets on it, on the front, 2 on either side. It's a light. There's a night light, and it's got USB-C and USB-A charging ports. I've got them all over the house. Because another thing too is I've got multiple devices I use. This phone that I'm recording on. I have another one here that controls my hearing aid. This one controls my cochlear, because they're 2 different manufacturers. So yeah, if somebody needs to charge something or people come over, here's a cable, plug it into any one of them. But they're night lights. And they work, and they're great. They light up enough that I can balance and not fumble and walk into walls and all that stuff. So, that's the thing with these 2, gentamicin and dexamethasone. I'm not going to tell somebody to run out and... I'd tell somebody to get a steroid shot, because that's worth a try, because you're not going to lose any hearing. My own opinion with gentamicin, if you're already at a really bad hearing loss where you can't hear in that ear, yeah, give it a shot, give it a try. But if you get like 80% hearing in the ear, I don't think I'd do that, because that hearing loss can drop down to nothing, really. So that's up to you. That's nothing to do. I'm not a doctor. I don't make decisions. So I thought I'd do a little explanation on that, considering from the video last night. What else? Oh, one more thing. Somebody made a comment on the last video I made. And I really didn't understand it, because it was asking if I put out bids for my cochlear implant. First off, I don't sell them. I didn't understand it. Second, my insurance covered everything. Your insurance will cover a lot of it. Okay? So, yeah, more and more insurances now are covering cochlear implants. So, if you're thinking about a cochlear because you're totally deaf in that ear, because really, once that hearing's gone, okay, it's gone. Okay, once they put that cochlear implant in, it's gone. Your hearing's gone in that ear. And it's not irreversible. So then you're stuck with this. If you don't like it, you're stuck with it. See? So, that's another thing. Some people will push for it when they don't really need it at that point. And it's not like a hearing aid. It's not. It didn't make everything louder. It just gave me the ability to hear on that side. So, yeah, they're covered by insurance. I don't sell them. I don't put out bids. I'm not a corporation buying a friggin' you know, receiving bids to buy, a copier or something. So yeah, your insurance will pay for that. And that's it. I'll talk to you all later. I hope you have a great day. Um, I hope you had a great day. Today was kind of like a day. It still is. But I still managed to go out, clean my car, clean my windows, armor all, do all that stuff. Made dinner, pushed through. But thing is, I took my time. I didn't rush through it. I just took my time. And other than that, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.